the nearly 1,400 ladies that are hanging out with me on a Facebook group for the 31 Days Challenge, if they had any technical blogging questions that my friend Amy, who is a blogging expert, could maybe answer for them. And they sent a whole bunch of questions. So we're going to do as many as we can in about 30 minutes. So if you're new to blogging, these might answer a bunch of questions for you. If you are thinking about blogging, or if you've been blogging for a while but maybe want to go with self-hosting, or you're curious about what plugins are or affiliate links, we're going to cover a whole lot of ground in a little bit of time. So, Amy, you ready?
I think I'm ready. But I just wanted to say the writing challenge, 31 days. Okay, did you already tell them where they can find it?
Yes, write31days.com. So you can sign up there. It'll put you on an email list, and I have sent one email this year, so I promise I won't spam you, but it will let you know when the link up opens on October 1st, so you can come join us and link up your 31 Day series so we can come check it out and cheer for you. And there's going to be a bunch of really fun giveaways and all sorts of incentives for you to keep writing and stay motivated throughout the entire month of October, so you won't want to miss that.
That's great. And so just to clarify, so it's Write 31 Days. So WRITE 31 days, just in case there was any confusion there.
There you go. I added the link to the chat.
There you go. Okay. And also, I just wanted to say that is such a great way. I know the Nester has done it for several years and it exploded. And it is a great way to meet new people, to network, to find other blogs, to find other people that are in your niche. I get so many emails from people who are new to the whole blogging realm and are interested in networking and want to build relationships, but don't really know where or how to do that. So I just wanted to put a plug in for Write 31 Days and just join in. Everybody's invited. So if you have a blog and you want to write, go for it.
Yep.
So
exactly.
I'm ready for the questions.
Ready? Okay. So here's our first question.
All right.
I own my .com, but I'm hosting through WordPress. Should I be self-hosting? What's the difference? And how do you convert to a self-hosted site?
Okay, great question. Too extensive of an answer to go into in detail here, of course, but I don't think it's bad to not be on a self-hosted WordPress blog necessarily. You just have to know a few things about it. The first thing is if you're using a WordPress.com site, for a lot of us, the main reason we would want to stay away from it is because you can't monetize very easily. The free service is great for just kind of getting your stuff out there and maybe getting used to the WordPress platform. But if your goal is really to eventually make money, then I would definitely suggest going ahead and starting on a self-hosted WordPress site. If you go to my site, amylynnandrews.com/blog or contents, you can see all of my posts that I've written about getting started, basically. And on my blog, I cover all of, the self-hosting. Now, if you're transferring from .com, like WordPress.com, to a self-hosted WordPress site, definitely check out first my blogging FAQ. If you just in the search bar type in blogging FAQ, in fact, I think it's amylynnandrews.com/blogging-FAQs, then you will see a video in there where I tried to explain the difference between WordPress.com and self-hosted WordPress. I recommend a tutorial on WPBeginner.com that if you, again, go to the site and then do a search, and they have done, how do you transfer over? In fact, I think it's even on my site. I probably linked to it in the same post that I just said.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the technical part of blogging is what makes a lot of writers nervous, because we just want to go onto our blog and write. We don't want to have to worry about plugins and affiliate links and design. We just want to have a space to write. So on the resources page too of write31days.com, I have links over to Amy's How to Start a Blog post, which is amazing, and will walk you through step by step everything you need to know. My recommendation too is always to stick with just what works for you. I'm not a fan of there's a one size fits all for anything when it comes to blogging or social media. So if you're happy on your Blogspot blog, you stick with your Blogspot blog. If you feel like there are reasons you want to get a self-hosted site, maybe you want to monetize or you want to use affiliate links or the different features that come with that, then by all means go for it, but don't feel like you have to fit into some box because everybody else is doing it. So if you do feel like self-hosting is the way to go, then Amy has tons of resources on her site to help you with that. So speaking of affiliate links,
Kim, before we move on, can I just say one thing about that too? There's a big difference. A lot of people are using Blogger blogs, which I think is great. But one difference between Blogger, the free Blogger platform, and the free WordPress platform is that on Blogger, you have a lot more monetization options. Mm-hmm. So that's just an FYI.
Yeah, because of the connection with Google, is that why? Or
well, I'm not exactly sure why Blogger decided to make, monetizing free as opposed to WordPress, which you can monetize, but I forget exactly how it works, but I think you have to like upgrade. When I say monetize, I'm talking about ads in your sidebar. Mm-hmm. That's what is really limited. And I just say it because a lot of the people who are participating in Write 31 Days are using that income stream, i.e. the ads in the sidebar.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so a different way to monetize is with affiliate links. So somebody wanted to just know basic, what is an affiliate link?
Yeah, and that's a great question too. It kind of confuses a lot of people. Basically, if there's a product or a service that you like and are going to recommend to your readers, you can become a partner with many, 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 many companies, partner, aka affiliate, with many companies who sell products and services. And basically what you do is you sign up for their affiliate program. And then once you do that, they will give you unique links to their products that are yours alone. So when you write about those products or services in your site, on your site going forward, make sure that you use that affiliate link because it's unique to you. And anytime somebody clicks through that link and is taken to the product page or whatever and completes a purchase, you get paid a commission.
Yes, affiliate links are amazing. They're really great programs, and we could probably do a whole blab just on affiliate links and great programs we recommend and how to properly disclose that you're sharing an affiliate link, but I can share all that. Maybe I'll do a Periscope on some of that to follow up. But yes, that answers the what are affiliate links question very well. Okay, so let's see. Gosh, time is flying, Amy. How does this go so fast? Okay. So here are a couple email subscription questions. So they would like to know how to add a subscribe via email box to their site or have a pop-up email subscription option for mobile readers.
Okay, that's again a great question. It's going to really depend on what blogging platform you're using. If you're on a self-hosted WordPress site, it's going to be a different setup than a WordPress.com site, which is going to be a different setup than Blogger. So the first thing that you need to know, what I would recommend is take into account which blogging platform you're using, and then go to either Blogger. Let's see, there's support page. So for WordPress.com, for example, you can go to WordPress.com, just type it into your browser and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. And you're going to see a little tiny link in the bottom that says support. If you click that link, it's going to open up a whole page that links you to all kinds of resources that will answer those basic questions. If you have a Blogger blog, just type directly, just as a test for the blab. What I did was I typed right into Google because Blogger is actually owned by Google. So a lot of times if they are together. So if you just type your question directly into Google, a lot of times you're just going to get the answer right in front of you with a link at the bottom for more information. So I forget what I was doing as a test run before we started here, but basically I typed into just Google itself, how do I put in extra pages in Blogger or something like that. So you'll see a lot of stuff will come up, and then you'll get taken to the Google support page for Blogger. If you're using a self-hosted WordPress site, then a good way to kind of figure it out is to go to wordpress.org. Not WordPress.com, that's the paid for site. I know it's confusing, but if you have a self-hosted WordPress site, go to WordPress.org, and there is also a support/help link, I believe there, that you can, get the basics, like a getting started guide, that sort of thing. So a lot of the questions that you guys are asking are really great questions, but it really depends on where you're starting from. But those are the places that I would recommend going first, and then Googling after that.
Yeah, I think most of what I've learned over the last 9 years or so of blogging has been because I've just Googled it. And trial and error. So I will say that if you are on a WordPress platform and have the ability to add plugins, there are some really great ones for this pop-up question to have. I don't know how it works on mobile exactly, but there's a plugin that I use called SumoMe that does some really great email list growth features for you. So whether you want maybe a bar at the top of your page, or you want that pop-up that you can have appear after somebody's on your site for a certain amount of time that invites them to subscribe, they're really simple plugins that integrate really seamlessly with a MailChimp or a Mad Mimi email service if you have something like that set up. So I guess that will lead pretty naturally into the next section on plugins.
All right.
What's a plugin, Mimi?
So
we're just talking about WordPress for these because
right. So plugins are WordPress things, and basically a plugin gives your site added functionality. So I will give you two analogies that I hope will make it a little bit easier to understand. The first one is if you think of your smartphone and you have different apps for different things. Now, let's say I'm trying to figure out where I'm driving, right? Let's say volleyball tournament, because I'm driving to a lot of volleyball tournaments recently. So let's say I'm driving to a volleyball tournament and I want to get from my house to wherever the tournament is, and maybe I want to know a little bit about the traffic situation. Well, I could technically open up, I have an iPhone, I could technically open up Safari, right, the web browser on my phone, or if you're on Android, you could open up Google Chrome, and I could type in Google Maps or MapQuest or whatever and find the directions that way, right? Or I can just click the Maps app and go, get what I need right away. So a plugin is is kind of the same idea. It just makes things a little bit easier. Now here's my other non-techie related analogy. So let's pretend that your kitchen is like your blog, and you have a kitchen and you've got the whole thing. You've got your basics, your stove and your refrigerator, your pantry, whatever. All right, now you can really function well in a kitchen that has just the basics, right? But let's say that you wanted a little bit more functionality, like you wanted a toaster, or you didn't want to make coffee on the stove, you wanted a coffee maker. And so you would gather these appliances and plug them in. I didn't mean to do that, but that was funny. No, it was so cheesy. But anyway, so, you would plug them in, and then you would have this added, quicker, more efficient way to do what you wanted to do. The plugin situation is very similar to that. You add these plugins into your WordPress blog, and then you have it'll do something for you. Plugins for anything you can imagine.
Okay, so I have 3 really quick questions for you. So we'll do kind of a lightning round on these. Do you have a favorite plugin to use for a series on your blog, since the Right 31 Days turns into a series all on one topic? Do you have a plugin suggestion for a series?
I do not use a plugin for series, although I did a little bit of hunting and I did find one that is called Organized Series. I have not used it myself, so I can't tell you anything specific about it. But I will tell you in general about plugins, you want to find ones that have been updated relatively recently and ones that have a lot of positive reviews. So if you go to the WordPress plugin repository where they keep all of the plugins, free plugins available, and just type in series, then you'll see a lot coming up. Another good way to find out is, if you find a blogger that does series organization of series really well, ask them if they use a particular plugin too.
Yeah, some of my favorite plugins have come because I've totally just grabbed them off somebody else's site that I liked. So,
yes.
Okay, do you have any other favorite plugins in general? And then can you have too many plugins and have a plugin obsession?
Yes. Yes, you can have too many plugins, in my opinion. I do not like plugins in general because the more plugins you have, it generally slows your site down. And plugins also tend to be wonky. So one plugin can kill your whole site so easily. So I like to stay away from plugins, only use the very, very, very necessary ones. If you can figure out a way or go without something or figure out a way to do something, for example, let's say you want to put something in your sidebar. Well, if you can use just a text widget in WordPress to put something in your sidebar versus using a plugin, definitely, do the text widget instead. As far as favorite plugins of mine, I think at my last count, I think I have 7 or 8. In fact, somebody did an audit for me recently and she was like, I have never seen a site with so few plugins, but I do not like them. WordPress SEO by Yoast. It's now just Yoast SEO. I think he just changed the name. Is a great plugin and it does a lot of stuff. So, and he's a great plugin author and keeps things really up to date. So that is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Very practical.
Yeah. I love the plugins that are practical, but also serve multiple purposes. So you don't have to have one thing for every piece that you need. It just makes your life a lot easier. And then I'm with you. I don't like to have a ton of plugins on my site. I probably have more than 7 though. I know I have more than 7. All right. So let's see.
This is probably a good time to do a little intermission and just for those of you who have joined us later, what we're actually talking about. And Crystal, go ahead and explain again what the 31 Days Challenge is and what people need to do to take part.
Yeah, sure. The Write 31 Days Challenge is a yearly writing challenge. So we commit to writing every day for 31 days in the month of October. And it's hosted over at write31days.com. So I will put the link over here again for everybody in the chat. But it's a free challenge that you can join. And all you have to do is sign up. There's a little email subscription box on the site, and that puts you on an email list that really will only give you information that is very important for you to know about the challenge, when the link up will open, and then you'll be able to join thousands of other writers and share your series for the month of October, and we'll get to connect with you and cheer for you as you take on this challenge of writing that many words for that many days in a row. So it is a really great way. Somebody said that they started an ebook based on the series that they wrote one year, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people use this challenge to test book ideas. Maybe you have a book idea that you want to see if your audience relates to or is interested in. This challenge is a great way to get some of that content set up to see what really resonates with your readers. And if you're interested at all in doing an ebook, it's an excellent way to get that content set up so that after your month is done, you have it all together. And then I'm actually going to put together a how to turn your series into an ebook that you can sell on Amazon after the Write 31 Days Challenge this year. So being on that email list will get you access to that information as well. So hopefully you'll join us. And I promise there are no word count police. Nobody will come knock on your door and tell you you failed the challenge if you decide to do something like share a YouTube video one day because you don't feel like you can write 500 words. So it's all about what works for you, what's unique for you, what you think your readers would be interested in. and what you think would be fun to do for 31 days straight.
Okay, so Emotional Bulb is asking, what exactly do we need to write about?
Great question. You can write about anything. If you go to the homepage of write31days.com, you'll see there are different categories that you'll be able to link up under once the challenge opens on October 1st. And so right now, all of the challengers from 2014 are still listed there, so you can see the different series that they decided to do. Some of them are in a home decor section, some of them are in a faith and inspiration category, some are in a category that's just called Too Awesome to Name because it just didn't fit anywhere else. So whatever the topic is for your blog personally, or whatever passion project you want to try to work on, whatever the topic is that interests you, if you can write about it for 31 days, you are welcome to link it up. So.
Okay, so for somebody did somebody have to be a blogger to participate?
You do not have to be a blogger to participate, but you won't be able to link up and join the community piece of it, which I think is really special. There's something, I found a lot of my favorite bloggers by visiting the links that are shared on the Write 31 Days challenge page. And so if you feel like you just want to join the challenge and write for 31 days in your journal or in Word or whatever it is that you want to do, but you don't want to share it publicly, that's absolutely okay. You're welcome to join us. You just won't be able to link up.
Okay, so like bird's eye view here and maybe a recap. So I'm a blogger, or I just enjoy writing in general. So the benefits for me to take part in the Write31days.com challenge is that it gives me practice, right? It gives me some accountability with some other people. And it's so much nicer to do something like this with other people that you know are all, you know, participating as well. Like, who wants to run a marathon by themselves? I'm sure there are people, but it wouldn't be me. You know, so it's a great networking opportunity. And for me, I have said over and over and over again that if you want to do something online and sort of bring your blog to the next level or bring your business to the next level, building relationships is key. And this is a natural, easy way to meet other bloggers and meet other people online, interact with them, because everybody is sharing. Isn't everybody sharing kind of their own stuff amongst themselves as well?
Yeah. So one of the things too with this challenge this year that I've done is we have a Facebook group. So there's nearly 1,300 writers in it, and it's the opportunity. I give everyone the chance. So once a week they get to share their social media links, and once a week they get to share something they've already written on their blog that they want shared. So it's a great way to, if you're looking for a mastermind community, a tribe of writers that, you know, a smaller group outside of that 1,300 writers that we have right now that you want to get together with for encouragement and support and bouncing ideas and brainstorming. It's a really great way to find those other writers who feel like they have a good connection with what you do and can maybe help push you to the next level if you're looking for that. But one of the things that I think is really important is that sharing is great, and asking people to share your own things is really important, but you also need to be generous with your own platform and invite other people onto it. So it's a great opportunity as well to share other great writing that you're finding online. And it's also a great chance if maybe you've wanted to open your blog up to guest posts. The month of October could be a really fun way to highlight some other writers, you know, who maybe don't want to do the full 31-day challenge, but have something to say about your topic, and you can feature them on your blog. So.
Okay. So one of the main benefits I hear that you're saying is going, like, even though it's in an intense October, really, it will most likely extend. The benefits it's like the gift that keeps on giving afterwards, right?
Yes, exactly. And I would definitely recommend, if you're going to participate, that you start pre-writing now. You can write those posts and get them scheduled in advance, because you will burn out if you have to write a post every day for the next day in October. So if you can get at least half of your content written in September, you'll feel much better about October 1st. When it hits, you won't feel quite as stressed out. And then you'll be able, my feeling with social media and blogging is to write in advance and schedule the promotion in advance so that I have time to engage live. So I schedule all my social media, but then that gives me the chance to interact live in real time with people as they're interacting with my posts or interacting with my social media. So All right, I have about 3 minutes before I have to run. Should we finish? Let's see, I have 2 more questions. What do you think? Can we get them in?
Yes, I will be fast.
Okay. All right, so here's a social media related question. Is there any fail-safe way to get Facebook to pull in the right image from your blog post when you share it?
Great question. Again, the Yoast plugin that I talked about before gives you the opportunity in the social media section, Facebook section, to plug in an image for that particular post. And a lot of times that does the trick. I also have, let's see. Yeah, I'll leave it at there since we're leave it at that. That would be my first recommendation.
Okay. All right. And then this, oh, I'm so sorry. I hear an echo. I should have put my headphones in. Are there any steps to take to prevent blog hacking? And I know this is probably one of the reasons you don't like a lot of plugins either, because that just opens the door for a little bit of that. But do you have any other tips?
Yeah, I would just say keep up on the news that's going, keep up on the news as much as you can. I try to cover those types of things in the newsletter. Make sure that you're not using, of course, your passwords. It's a lot of the same stuff. Your passwords need to be very long and complicated. And you want to make sure that you are, like you said, yes, plugins are often an entryway into your blog. So you want to make sure that is so important to make sure you're using plugins that have good reviews and are updated frequently. That's the other thing. Make sure that when WordPress or your theme is being updated, that you follow through with that update. I know some bloggers are just like, well, I haven't updated it and I don't know how long. And I'm like, no, don't do that, because that's how hackers make entry as well. So those are a couple of tips.
Those are good tips. So we figured out how to start our blog and self-host it, and we figured out what plugins and affiliate links are, and now we know how to keep it all safe.
Yes.
We covered a lot.
We did. That wasn't too bad. 12:59. So
yep. And so what I'll do, there were a lot of other questions that came through that we didn't have time to answer in 30 minutes. So I'm going to do a Periscope tomorrow at noon Eastern time. I'm the same username everywhere on social media, so @CrystalSign. So you can come hang out with me. I'll take some more time to answer some of the other questions about the challenge and about some of these other blogging questions that we were asked. If I can answer them, I will. If not, I will point you right back to Amy Lynn Andrews and her amazing site that has all the answers you could ever want about blogging. Everything I've learned about blogging, I've learned from Amy Lynn Andrews.
Oh, you're very kind. Google is great, though. Google is great.
Yes, yes. Google, yes. I often just Google what I'm looking for, and if I can't find it, usually, honestly, Google tells me to go to Amy's site. So, Amy, thank you so much for answering these questions. And if you're doing the Right 31 Days Challenge and you have other questions that you can't find either in the FAQ section on the Right 31 Days site or on Amy's site or on Google, you can feel free to reach out to me. There's an email address on the Right 31 Days site, and we will find you an answer and help you out.
Yep, sounds great. Thanks, Crystal, for joining me. That was a lot of fun. I think our first blab is not a total failure.
No, it was fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with us so much.
I like this. Yeah. In fact, I don't know. I was reading something. I'm like, ooh, blab. It's fun. Periscope is fun, but it's kind of nice to be with a friend. That's what I'm thinking.
It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
It really is. Even though I still get distracted by the chat the same way that I do on Periscope. Yeah. That's okay.
But at least there's two of us, so while you're talking, I can be distracted and vice versa. So it's not so bad.
We'll have to do another one again soon.
Let's do it. Okay, thanks, Crystal. I hope you have a great afternoon. You can go ahead and go. I know you are on a time schedule. I'll just close up here and take any last minute questions if there are any. Otherwise, then I will try to figure out how to turn it off.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, so thanks, you guys. Thanks for joining us. If you subscribe to either Amy Lynn Andrews @Amy Lynn Andrews, or you can follow me or follow Crystal. And as as we have more blabs coming up, then you will be notified of that. So that is great. Thank you so much. The yoga letters, the newsletter, that is something that I mentioned at the beginning, which is my weekly Saturday morning newsletter. Saturday morning here in the States. And I really try to pack it full with tips that people who are blogging or people who are writing ebooks or want to be published or are wanting to work from home, that type of thing. Those are the types of tips that I include in the newsletter, and it's so fun to write, and I love to hear that people enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the URL there. It's called theyouseLetter.com. You can sign up and find more about it there. Again, you guys can follow us, tweet us, whatever you would like to do. If you have further questions, we can't answer everything, of course, all the time, unfortunately, but we do enjoy, both Crystal and I enjoy interacting and hanging out and sharing what we know. So thanks so much for joining us for this blab, which was our first, and I hope it gives you the courage to try it yourselves. It is really so easy to do and a lot of fun too. So thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later. See ya. Have a great day.